Hey guys, it's Lisa, your clinical sexologist, sexuality coach, and erotologist, and I'm here inside my bedroom closet. I just wanted to come to you guys tonight to go over a few things that I've been discussing on IG and TikTok. And this week I was talking about the pain, the pleasure, and the pleasure in pain when it comes to sex. I did post a few videos of places where people like to have sex, which is the number one place is outdoors. If you're on vacation, they enjoy having sex in a pool or on the beach, in the sand. They even have a drink named after sex on the beach because so many people like to do it. So did post some pictures, so make sure you visit my TikTok at Inside My Bedroom Closet, and also some of the facts that I did give in reference to sexual creativity when it comes to pleasure and pain. So let's get to it and talk a little bit about the reasons why people feel like they want to add a little extra creativity in the bedroom. Number one is they consider vanilla sex, which is just the plain, ordinary, missionary, doggy, do what you got to do business, a little boring. So they want to add a little extra zen to the bedroom, and they want to add a little something that hurts to the point that it feels good. Because if you take a look at the Kama Sutra, he discussed there were several intense pressures that people enjoy. We do know that scratching is one of them. You know, you like to scratch someone's back up, you know, and all that good stuff. And then biting. Biting can be intense pleasure and pain, especially if you're bitten and nibbled in the right places, right? We know that BDSM is very popular amongst people who are practically normal. You don't have to be in the masochist state of mind in order to enjoy a little BDSM. People enjoy bondage. They like being out of control. They like having a mistress. They like a little role reversal, you know, every now and then. So people definitely enjoy that. You know, blindfold and mask have been in play for a very long time. It builds trust in relationships, and it adds a little creativity to the unknown. It's said to awaken certain senses because other senses are covered up. So you may want to think about adding something to the bedroom to add a little extra zen. Now, hot wax play is extremely popular. Sounds like it could be painful, but people find it exhilarating to have the hot wax dripped on their body and then massaged in. So with the pleasure of sex, you can also enjoy the pain of it, the pressure of maybe nipple clips, you know, where they have them clipped to your nipples, and they have different measures where you can twist it tighter and tighter and tighter, and people find themselves wanting to take the pain because it's giving them a rush. It's just like a person that's jumping out of an airplane, or a person that likes to eat peppers and they're biting into a hot habanero pepper. It gives them the rush of the unknown, the thrill of it, and it's the same way with sex. Sometimes people get a thrill of the unknown. Now, people find different ways to arouse themselves sexually, and bondage, floggers, and that's like being spanked and whipped. And we know there's a great deal of individuals who do enjoy being spanked and whipped with a natural hand or with a paddle or a leather strap or something like that, you know, just to add that exhilarating factor to the bedroom. So with the pain that you inflict to enjoy the pleasure of sex, there are individuals that just have pain. Yeah, there are individuals who enjoy sex, or the act of wanting to enjoy sex, but the repercussions of having sex, maybe not so much. With men, having an erection for a very long time can, of course, make that muscle sore, where you may want to rest it a little bit. Then, if you're taking supplements and you're having a prolonged hard-on, then, of course, that could be a little bit more painful. Some men that have erectile dysfunction find themselves pumping, and if you don't have the right type of pump, then you can inflict some type of soreness on yourself that way. With women and men, of course, you can have an STI. And with STIs, they can be extremely painful, itchy, burny, painful. And that's not a comfortable way to be. So, of course, you definitely want to practice safer sex when it comes to STIs. Some women, as they get up in age, may have vaginal dryness, you know, and with vaginal dryness, that does not feel good after a while. It just feels like your tissues are tearing a little bit. I always recommend just keeping a little lube with you and putting it down there throughout the day just to make sure that it stays moist, and then that way you can still get that nice juicy feeling, and it's all in your mind as far as the libido and your sexual activity. So if you're feeling a little dry, you may not feel like you want to have sex, but if you put a little lube down there, you may want to feel like that's something that you want to get into a little bit later. So want to think about that, because when you are suffering from soreness of your pelvic floor, and sometimes it feels like you have a lot of heavy pressure in your vaginal area, and that's your pelvic floor that needs to be exercised and lifted. So there's exercises that you can do for that, and make sure that that area stays strengthened, and that way you can enjoy sex a little bit better. We all know what a Charlie horse feels like, right? So men and women, sometimes you could be getting it on, and if you're in a ill position that you haven't been in before, sometimes that Charlie horse creeps in and it'll hit you and knock you straight out of position, right? So that's super painful, and that happens. But exercise, because sex is work. It's when you're getting into it, you want to make sure that after it's said and done, you don't have a backache, your legs aren't aching, your neck isn't hurting. So you want to exercise on a regular basis, because sex is exercise. And if you're not having sex, you want to exercise so when you get ready to have it, you're not as sore. So there is pleasure with having sex, of course. There is pleasure in the pain of having sex with some of the activities, the zen that's added to the room when you know you're getting into something a little creative, a little something extra. Then there is the pain. In the event that you're in a situation where you are suffering from pain, that's not a good thing to be in when you want to have sex. So you definitely want to see your physician. I'm a sexologist. I can tell you a little bit about it, but not how to fix it. So you want to see a doctor in reference to any pain that you're having. But I can also tell you that if you do your Kegels, you want to exercise that pelvic floor, because that's the most important part for men and for women. And I say that all the time because it's extremely important. For men, when you do it, you're strengthening that erectile muscle. You're making sure that that prostate stays great. And with women, you're strengthening the pelvic floor. You're learning how to contract your PC muscle. So when it's time to have an orgasm, all that good activity down there is not foreign to you. So I wanted to come to you tonight and discuss the pleasure and pain when it comes to sex. So you can always reach me. I'm available at lisa@imbc.com. Once again, that's lisa@info-imbc.com. I think I said that wrong, so I'll put it in the feed down there. But look me up on TikTok and Instagram. And until I see you again, thank you for coming inside my bedroom closet.